Good evening and welcome to the Graham Craig Ruth Show. Thank you for tuning in, guys. Tonight's show is sponsored by NSU Media. If you're looking for a function room, a meeting room, or even a DJ or makeup artist or a studio to hire for TV production or podcasting, then look no further than NSU Media. This week we've teamed up with Deuces Attire. Guys, show me them two t-shirts that you've got on.
These are two colours we have at the moment for the male lines, black and white. Basically with how we go for a reverse, whether it has the print on the back and the print on the front, and it's supposed to show off your definition, especially if you're an avid gym goer or
like myself,
like yourself.
It's quite slim fit as well, and which loads of people have been saying that they quite like that and the oversized.
And I think fashion lately, people want slim fitting. They want clothes. We clung to them in ways like don't showcase the muscles that they're in the gym working to get.
Yeah.
But the good thing is, it's not just it's two very good looking guys showcasing two very nice fitted tops. So it's not just for men; it's for women as well.
Absolutely. We cater for both.
Street fashion is something that's really taken in, and there's an urban twist here and an urban feel as well.
Street fashion, as you mentioned, there is something that we feel like it's kind of lacking in Cork. We go out in the shops, we don't find, and we thought we'd incorporate that and our other lilac as well. So our stripes. So it's going very well so far.
So if you have a date of a Saturday night, or you're going to a festival, or you're even going to a pride, where do we get one of these t-shirts?
Deuces.ie, so it's pretty easy to find. It's also on our Instagram handle, it's in our bio.
But you're also giving a lucky viewer a chance to wearing one of these tops to promote on their own Instagram.
Tag 2 friends and like it and share it, and then we'll choose a winner.
So bring out your own clothing brand, that's a big task, because it's a big market, it's an open market. Where did it come from?
Me and Omo have always had a passion for fashion, and we just always like to shop and always buy loads of clothes. So we decided just to get together and come up with a concept that there is enough kind of streetwear clothes that we like, so we want to bring more of that to Ireland.
Talk about Manchester as well before, Joe, we were chatting just before the show as well. Is that where the passion since?
I was doing a bit of modelling, but I couldn't get that much work with streetwear in Ireland, so I was always having to travel to London and Manchester to do shoots. So I started getting closer with brands and owners of brands, and they were kind of giving me advice, and I kind of learned from their mistakes. So we just try to incorporate their mistakes into something good for ourselves to push on and do good.
Where did the brand name come from?
Deuces is always something that we always say as well when we were younger, and obviously I'm a huge fan of Chris Brown, so I was listening to Chris Brown Deuces, and the name just clicked. It takes so long to come up with a name, because you want something that people will remember, something original, something that's obviously not taken.
Where we live in now, it's easy to get deliveries out there as well.
Yeah, that's where everything is now. Social media really, it's easier to kind of get your message across, what you're trying to promote out there. Getting in contact with us is so easy. We're both we like to think we're phone or internet or social media savvy, so whenever we get a message we see it straight away, so we read it, we reply. We think that's the way businesses should be run. You need to be responsive.
But is that responsive right there for Monday night? Because Monday night Games of Thrones comes out, and I know you're a die-hard fan, so throwing messages on a Monday, is that a good thing?
We don't like to be interrupted. Well,
during Game of Thrones, I would not say so.
Never managed to sit down and binge watch it, but everyone's on about it, and it's very hard. Every time you go on a social media platform, Facebook, Instagram, boom, all Games of Thrones. It must be something to get you gripped.
Yeah, because it was a build-up to it, because the first couple of seasons were a little bit boring, but this season's just...
And is this the last series?
Last
series.
Yeah.
To be honest, in my opinion, I would say forget every single TV show you've ever watched. Game of Thrones trumps it all, especially the last episode. So it trumps everything from the start to finish, from episode 1, season 1, till now. It's been outstanding so far.
Ciara Hillary.
Hiya.
How are you? Thank you so much for joining me, Ciara. So Ciara, I saw a post that you did some time ago. I suppose the best way to kind of sum it up would be the inner silence of a mental health battle. Fair play to you for having the courage to put yourself out there on a social platform and say exactly what you've been going through, which hasn't been easy.
It started, I suppose, when I was, I'd say maybe 15, and kind of things that you would put down to normal teenage behaviour, crying, just getting kind of emotional, kind of things you put down to being hormonal and stuff. And like not like I started not wanting to go out, and this was going on for months and stuff. And I'd want to be by myself and crying and not talking as much. And eventually, anyways, my parents kind of like, this is a bit more than normal teenage behaviour. Like I saw about maybe 9-10 professionals between CBTs, therapists, counsellors, GPs.
And I think if you go back, like I think, and anyone say the age that you were and the age that you are now, they put it down to like, oh, stress in school, or hormones, or puberty, or teenage. It's like it can kind of get overlooked. And I think maybe sometimes if you've had a fall or you've injured yourself in a game of camogie or something, that would be treated more quickly. There's kind of like this taboo and stigma about addressing something that's going on inside in your head.
When I was diagnosed with clinical depression, I was put on medication for it and I refused to take it. I was like, no, people think I'm a mental case, you know, for taking medication for something that isn't there, you can't see it. But my parents and my doctor was like if you had a broken leg, you'd fix it, we'd give you medication for it and it'd be fixed. Like it's the same thing, you just can't see it, it's in your head. Probably the best thing I ever did really was take the medication.
You kind of go to the doctor and it is, you say you're feeling any bit out of shape or out of sorts, they do push medication, but you're actually saying you're happy that you've been put.
For about 2 months I was refusing it, and then my doctor sat me down and she explained to me what my medication does, because I thought they were like these happy pills, and I've heard really bad things about them, so I was like, I don't want to go on them. I'm on Lexapro, and it puts like a chemical into my brain. When I produce a happy hormone, it like keeps the happy hormones in my brain for longer, but I have to produce the hormones for it to work. So if I'm not producing the hormones, the medication doesn't do anything, which was a big problem for me at the start. It sounds stupid, but I was made to sit down and watch like a half an hour of funny things every day, purely just to produce the hormones, nothing else other than just to produce the hormones. And once I started doing that, like it became, I kind of automatically started producing them just from everyday things. Like once I got back up on my feet from the whole thing, it was everyday things started like making me happy again. And that was because the medication, like if the medication didn't keep the hormones in my brain longer, then I would have kind of thought the whole thing was pointless, because I'd be happy and then I'd be happy like 10 minutes after watching the videos, and then I wouldn't be happy anymore. I'd be like back in a depression again.
What motivates you to overcome the depression?
I think it was more seeing what my family, like my parents were going through, watching me go through it. You know, it broke their hearts obviously to see their little girl go through all that. I didn't want them feeling like it was their fault. I didn't want them, you know, thinking that they did anything wrong. And then when I started to get a small bit better, I was kind of like, you know, I want to go to college, I want to do chemical engineering, you know, I want to do all these things with my life, you know, I'm not going to let anything like this hold me back from getting to where I want to be.
How are you finding chemical engineering? That's, I'm guessing there's not that many girls in the class there?
There's actually a good few this year now. Like our class, we'd have like maybe 10 girls or something like that. But it's hard, but we're all in there, we all love it. It's something you have to love to do, like, and you know, you don't mind putting in the hours once it's something you want to do.
I have to say, I really do commend, I mean, the strength, because it's not an easy thing. I've had a lot of friends that, you know, kind of deal with the same similar issue, and I mean, you find lately help is not the easiest thing to find around, and when you have, it really helps your corner when you have family who are very supportive as well, like you mentioned earlier on. So, I mean, you find a lot of professionals out there who you wouldn't class as professional.
Yeah.
But when you have family behind you, it goes a long way as well. So really commend your strength.
I say the leap for you between 15 to 19 now. And like, imagine what it's going to be like from 19 to 23.
Yeah.
Like you're going to reflect on 15, and I think it's actually going to make you a better parent for when you go to have your own children.
Yeah, like I've learned so much life things from it, like definitely. Even like to where I was this time last year, like a completely different person. Like, you know, I did a photo shoot and I've had people being like, I never would have thought you would have done it. You were so self-conscious about everything, and you know, like didn't have any confidence. Like that was only a year ago. You know, like it's taught me so much things in life, and I'm only 19, you know. I'm kind of glad I went through it though, you know, I learned so much from it.
You've come out the other end.
Yeah.
And you're here to like tell your story. And I'm delighted, like, because you hear a story like your own, and it's had a bad twist where you might have done something you regretted, or you're not here to tell your story. And I'm just so thankful with you that you've got the help, you're on medication, and you're living your best life.
It's kind of like, you know, like you people who have like lupus or Lyme's disease, like, you know, they just kind of go through it, they deal with it, like it's part of their life. Like depression is part of my life, it always will be. I just kind of have to deal with it and just go through it and move on. But once you're in that mindset of dealing with it like that, you know, it's a lot easier to deal with then. Gone from it or let it kind of destroy me.
Would you like to talk to people that are kind of going through the same thing, or would you rather just stay away from?
It would have been nice for me to have known someone who went through it and came out the other side, because you always hear celebrities and stuff, but you don't relate to them because you don't know them, you know, they live a different life to you. So I think that's why I came out of my social media, because then, you know, there's people living around me and stuff, and they text me, they'd be like, I've been feeling like this, and it's so good to know that, you know, there's someone I know that went through it, and now I know what could be wrong with me, and I know what I can do to fix it. So yeah, I do like talking to people who have it and are going through it or have come out of it.
I think that's the biggest thing when you're going through something, maybe coming out, maybe your sexuality, or going through an experience with depression or mental health. You put yourself on the sidewalk and you completely question yourself. You automatically think it's yourself, and you break down every piece of you, and you're like, you think it's wrong, or you become to hate yourself in some ways.
Yeah, and he was like, oh, I'm not normal.
Yeah.
Like, there's something wrong.
And
like,
do you feel, were you comparing yourself to other girls?
Oh yeah, you're just kind of like, why am I happy like that? Why don't I have a life like that? Why, you know, it's things like, and they'd be completely stupid things as well, like. But at the time, they don't seem so stupid to you. You completely like are consumed by it.
It's funny now that how you were comparing yourself to girls before, and now girls are comparing themselves to you and looking up to you. You're doing photo shoot, you're doing this part. So like it's done a complete 360. So like that's something to like, if like you mentioned, the winter time is a tough time, and it's a tough time for a lot of people as well, because you have the dark nights when you're at home. So like there's not much to do. Like your mind can play tricks on you. But I just think of that, how you've done this complete 360.
Yeah. Even I've changed in what I've done in my life.
Even what you've done in 2019 alone. What are you going to do in 2020? Watch Trump
run for president.
Yeah.
Maybe going into the modelling or something now, do you think so?
Yeah.
You have a look, and you have that Kayleen Irish look as well.
Yeah.
Because in a world now of Instagram, there's like, you know, girls, a lot of them are looking the same. They're applying the makeup the same. They're filtering the same. So they're doing, like, a lot of it's the same. But with you, you're a natural Irish beauty, and that's not something that many girls have, and America will love that as well.
You have that Sansa Stark look from Game of Thrones.
People actually used to come up and say that to me.
Oh, really?
Like, I used to sound like
It's a compliment.
You don't watch it?
No, I don't watch it.
Oh my, you don't know what you're missing.
Kieran O'Sullivan, aka Kiwi.
Well,
How are you keep going?
That's good.
I can't keep up with you, boy. Yeah. I actually can't keep up with you. Like, you're one of these people online that you can't keep up with. So, like, your barbers go from strength to strength.
Yeah, getting there now. The finishing touches are nearly there. There's a few smaller things I suppose I put in there. Small bit of pressure there. Two of my buddies over from Edinburgh last weekend had done a guest day, which was good fun. I had Paul Twig and Zach Ahern and DJing as well, which is just a total different vibe to the usual one-on-one experience. And it was it's good. It's finally feeling like I'll be 5 months in there now next week, and it'll finally feel like my own.
I always wanted to be a wag, and if I wasn't getting engaged, if I wasn't getting married in August, I've been citing your barbers. There's Premier League footballers and everything in there at the moment.
John Egan, actually, they only got promoted there at the weekend with Sheffield United, so that's it's a big boost, alright, to get them.
What's the weirdest thing that's happened in the last 5 months since you opened?
I suppose before TechWorks, there was a couple of my buddies in getting colour done, and when the lads came up as well getting his hair cut, and he goes, Kiwi, I got a new tattoo. I was like, oh, alright, yeah, and he dropped the pants, and what happened only that he got Squidward's head on his crotch.
I've seen that.
Caught that, sorry.
So I said I've seen it on your.
Is it just barbering services you offer? Because like Cork is very diverse.
Is the camera pointing at you? You do know that?
Yeah, wash cut. I cut women's hair, wash cut for, you know. My other buddy did. He was like, oh no, I can't. I was asking about his Deb's date that he brought, and he was like, yeah, she was a bit of a psycho. And I was like, right, why? Like, and she goes, yeah, but she came over to the house, and she goes, he opened up the fridge, and she asked for a carrot, And she started sucking on the car and goes, this is the hardest thing I've ever seen. It was only about fucking 17. It was so fun. I couldn't stop cutting, like.
Okay, that'd make a cut of packaging there.
I had to stop. I was like, I couldn't.
Has there ever been any bad ma'am, thank you ma'am and the barber so far, 5 months in operation, have you christened it? Has it been Kiwis, literally?
I'm not saying what I say.
Definitely has.
Keep business and
More
pleasure
than
separate. The planes are see-through though, that's the worst.
I suppose when you're cutting women's hair, the boyfriends are there just watching you like.
Yeah. When a girlfriend.
You don't want to get too handsy, like.
When a girlfriend controls, no.
Obviously, you'd have to take certain pictures, and would you kind of be nervous around the person, or would you have to know the photographer?
The last I did it wasn't awkward at all, like, and it was windy, so my hair blew, like, you know, he's seen it, like, but it wasn't awkward, like, at the end of the day, like, everyone's seen a nipple, everyone's seen a boob. Like,
I haven't. I have never seen a nipple. Are you all shocked that I never seen a nipple? Really, like, in all fairness. How would I see a nipple? Hello, girl, how are ya? I've seen a nipple. Like, come on.
Don't get every gay lad has a good-looking best friend. Though.
Yeah.
I do, but like,
Like, my lad best friends has seen my nipples, like, and
No.
they're straight, like.
no.
Really?
I find that hard to believe.
I'm really
Yeah,
shocked.
how would I see a nipple? Like, I've seen Katie Price's there on page 3s over the days, we're nothing in the flesh, like. Jesus, no.
Pierce nipple.
When I see a nipple, like, no.
Well, I suppose like you'd have like gay female friends, like.
You could be getting dressed in the same
No.
Yeah. Like,
room or something.
No.
I
Never.
have just a bunch of my lad friends.
No, like that. I love girls, but just not in that like way. Like,
Yeah.
Like, what chance of me making it
I
with?
forgot my first hairdressing competition, just like being the only straight guy at it.
Really?
Really?
I've heard stories. And you walk funny.
What you got to say for that?
I'm better be honest.
Everything's coming up now.
I'm with the dry there.
Like, some say you're as gaffy as Jack Lynch Tunnel.
Oh my god.
That's how I know, honey. On that note, guys, thank you very much for tuning in. And make sure you catch us next Tuesday when we go live with our election special, not to be missed. Thank you, guys. Have a great evening.